Hi, it's Beezer from Half Moon Outfitters, and welcome to episode number 2 in our how-to series. Today we're working on stand-up paddleboarding, and we're working on technique, basic paddle strokes. Hopefully you watched our first episode and you know how to get on the water safely. These are a few simple techniques to help you enjoy your time on the water even more. First, let's run through this paddle. This is the blade, this is the shaft, this is the handle, or the grip, T-grip as it's sometimes known. I also like having this kind of grip midpoint on my shaft. This helps orient me to the paddle, how the paddle's moving through the water. Correct position for a paddle should be roughly like this, where you're at 90, your elbows are at 90 degrees. That's about how far your hands should be apart. For surfing and flat water paddling, you want a paddle that's roughly 8 to 10 inches taller than you are. In some cases, some people like them slightly longer. For surfing, sometimes people like them slightly shorter. So Sarah, what are the 3 things we should always remember about paddle strokes?
You always want to remember, number 1, keep your blade fully immersed in the water. 2, use your big core muscles, your leg and your core muscles. And 3, keep your eyes up and look where you're going. Don't look at your blade or your board.
We're gonna start with a straight stroke, which Sarah is nice enough to demonstrate here. She basically is keeping her arms straight and she's pulling the blade towards her feet. She's not starting her pull before the blade is in the water. That creates a big splash. Splashes are typically bad. They indicate inefficiency. You basically want your paddle to enter the water and then you pull with your torso and your feet. You pull the blade towards your feet, propelling the board straight forward. This blade is flared away from you to drive all the power at its peak spot forward so that the board doesn't bounce up and down. And all the power, if your feet are in the right position, as Sarah's are here, the blade is pushing the board forward straightly without too much of a bobbing effect. Next, Sarah is going to demonstrate a cross draw. This is a way to keep your feet in the same position and bring the nose of your board around for a turn. Notice how she can basically sit there and do 360s all day long using a cross draw and a forward stroke. That's an important thing to know how to do. Those 2 things, a forward stroke and a cross draw, can basically get you anywhere you want to go with this sport. There are a lot of other smaller stroke techniques, but those 2 are fundamental. The next stroke we're going to look at is a pry. Sarah's going to do a couple forward strokes, and then she's going to reach back and pry. All that's doing is slowing her forward motion and bringing her nose around in the direction she wants it to go. That's a great technique for stopping quickly, for avoiding obstacles, avoiding your buddy on the other paddleboard, whatever. That's called a pry. All right, the next stroke we're going to demonstrate is the sweep. A sweep is a wide stroke that also moves the nose of your board in the direction you want it to go. It's typically not the fastest way to turn a board, but it is a very important stroke to know how to do. A sweep is a wide stroke that comes out similar to a forward stroke but comes out wide in kind of a circle. Sarah is demonstrating it nicely. Notice how her knees are bent, but her arms are still relatively quiet and straight. Hi guys. Yet another application of paddleboarding. Paddleboarding with family.
I'm telling you, man.
That's the way to go. Once you understand how to do a sweep stroke, then it's important to try to incorporate the pivot turn into your skills. The more tail you can get in the water, And the more nose you can get out of the water, the more aggressive the turn can be. Thank you for joining us for episode 2 in our how-to series. And big thanks to Sarah and Missy for giving us proper technique on the water. Stand-up paddleboarding is a great way to get on the water, and when you have proper technique, it really helps the experience. For any more questions, please come see us at Half Moon Outfitters, and thanks for watching.